Hi guys, this is episode 2 of Tiago Tuesday Talks, a video series where I will answer your questions. Mandalia asks, which is your most famous and successful set at LEGO? I will go back to the ship in a bottle every time because I think it was a pretty popular set that I got to design while I was working for LEGO back in the day, and it got out of production in 2019, I think. But then after a year it happened that it got back into production, which is something very unusual for LEGO sets, to be retired and then coming back to production. So I guess that also proves the point that this is probably one of my most successful LEGO sets. Matthias asks, do you think a LEGO casino and hotel would be a good addition to the LEGO modular buildings creator expert? Maybe not. Usually LEGO tends to stay away from like gambling and drinking types of builds, so maybe a casino wouldn't kind of fit in within the general direction of LEGO, but I guess a hotel would kind of work. So if you were to have a creator expert building with an hotel, I think that would be okay, and then maybe the bottom floor being something like, I don't know, a bar or a hairdresser or something like that. Mossific, do you play any video games? If so, then what do you play? I used to play some video games, but not so much lately. I used to play Rocket League, I used to play Hearthstone, Diablo 3, very old games, Mario Kart. I did play a lot of Mario Kart on the Wii U, but lately I've been finding that I don't really have the time to play games anymore, and I would much rather focus my time on my YouTube channels. Metalcraft asks, what was the first LEGO set you made? So the first LEGO set I made on my own was actually the poolside holiday, although that wasn't my official first design task, because for Creator 3-in-1, for instance, models have 3 models in the same box. So my first official tasks were actually to help out some of my colleagues making their alternative models to their LEGO sets. But yeah, the first one that I designed on my own was the Creator 3-in-1 modular poolside holiday. Angel Munoz, what was the work environment like at LEGO? How did they treat you? They treat me really bad, and that's why I left. I'm just joking. The environment at LEGO was awesome. It was one of the best working experiences that I've ever had. People treated me really nice, I think in the same way that I treated people, and when you work at LEGO it kind of feels like a second family to you, because, I don't know, lots of people are detached from their own countries, you know, so I guess they tend to rely on each other for, you know, hours outside of work, you know, like meeting some colleagues to do some barbecues or whatever. And for me personally, that was the case. Some of my colleagues were actually some of my best friends over there at Denmark, so the environment was really good, and they always treated me with super respect, and they usually value a lot your work-life balance, so it was great, honestly. It was awesome. Charlie Builds asks, how long does it usually take for you to come up with an idea, film it, edit, then upload? So back in the day, like last year, from January till August, when I was uploading like daily, most builds would take me around 3 to 4 hours from start to finish, like Google something, build it on camera, edit the video, making the thumbnails and uploading it to YouTube. Now when I do tutorials, they are a bit larger than what they used to be in the early days, so that process could probably take a few days now. But on a good day, a tutorial would take me 3 to 4 hours from start to finish. WOC asks, what do you like to do for fun, Tiago? Do you ride dirt bikes or play any sports? Not anymore. I used to play some sports, but then I left sports when I went to Denmark, and then I came back, and yeah, I don't have much time for sports nowadays. Although that should probably change. I should probably go for a run or something, but I love sports. I used to play taekwondo, I used to play volleyball as well in a team, which was super fun. While in Denmark, I used to play badminton with some friends, which was also a super fun sport that I'd like to try out. Nowadays, for fun, I usually watch some anime shows and series on Netflix or Disney Plus, for instance. Salam asks how long have you worked in the Lego company, and that was for 3.5 years. I started in 2016 and I was there for 3.5 years. Daniel, since the first day you start YouTube channel, all those creations you have built so far, do you keep it or dismantle it after each video have been filmed? And how often you still shop for bricks? So nowadays I don't shop for bricks, it's very rare that I do that because I haven't been doing a lot of big projects, although this week I spent all of my red bricks building this giant Among Us figure here, and I was left without any red bricks, so I might shop for some bricks in the future or in the near future. Like basic bricks, they disappear instantly. As for my mocks, my own creations, they usually don't last very long because I usually need the pieces for other projects, or sometimes I need actually the space, and I don't have a lot of space here in my Lego studio. So what happens to most of my builds is that they actually go into the pieces bin rather quickly, just after a few weeks or a month or two, on the best case scenario. Although nowadays I'm building a lot, or I will be building a lot of stuff for my Lego city, and those will stay together for a little while longer. Stefan, question for Tiago, catatonic, thank you. Are Lego designers paid well with high salaries? I wouldn't say that they're high salaries, but considering the cost of living in Denmark, the salary was very competitive. I was able to rent a house, pay for my kids' kindergartens, and still had a lot of money to spare, which allowed me to travel, to go to the movies and whatever. So I had a very good life while I was in Denmark, and yeah, I think the salaries were reasonable for the cost of living in Denmark. Just Build It asks, when will you start doing daily tutorials again? Probably never, and I'm sorry to say, but yeah, that was a time in my life where I was like really pushing, and I really wanted this YouTube channel to work out because I was like in a time limit. I had like 1 year to make this YouTube channel generate even $1, so that I would know that okay, this works as a viable employment for myself. So that was the point in time where I was doing like daily tutorials, but that rhythm was just crazy. I couldn't keep up with it nowadays, and I don't really think there's a need for that, and not doing daily tutorials also allows me to do videos such as this one, making the city series, or even making live streams, so which I hope that you guys enjoy as well. Magdalena, what are your thoughts on the Lego sets that were released so far this year? I think so far we have awesome things coming out, and there's more to come for sure, but so far I think the offering has been super good, and I especially like the Discovery Space Shuttle. That one for sure was one of the best building experiences that I have had in recent months, so yeah, so far I'm really impressed. And it's only April, there's still like 8 months to go until the end of the year, so let's see what time will bring us, right? Christian, how do you feel as leaving your dream job and starting a YouTube channel and now having over 150k subscribers? I am beyond amazed and grateful for your support, guys, so I couldn't be happier actually, because when you leave your dream job, you start thinking, what am I going to do now? And then I decided to pursue this crazy idea of doing a YouTube channel, and it's kind of working out, and then there are 150,000 of you guys subscribed to the channel. By the way, subscribe if you haven't already. So I couldn't be happier to, even though I'm not working for Lego in my dream job, still be able to make a living out of Lego with my content that hopefully you guys still enjoy a lot. And this is actually a way to even get to even more people than I was able to reach with the sets that I designed when I was working for Lego. So in a way, yeah, I'm super happy actually. Wow. Earl of the Brick, I have a question for your next Q&A. Have you ever used crazy glue Craggle on your Legos? What do you think? Like, honestly, what do you think? No. Never. Although I could consider using it if, for instance, I have like a commissioned work to do, which is like a large sculpture or something that needs to be moved around. So if that ever happens, I might consider using a glue, but for my models and mocks, never, never, okay? Don't you do it. Tommy Dempsey asks, what made you quit being a LEGO designer, and if you had the chance to do it, would you do it again? Like quitting or becoming a LEGO designer again? I would quit again, because now that I know that I could actually make a living out of LEGO doing YouTube videos, I would quit, no questions asked. But back in the day, it was a really hard decision to make, because on one hand there was the family that was kind of unhappy while being in Denmark, and on the other hand there was the dream job. So back in the day it wasn't an easy decision at all to make, because I was actually living the dream. But nowadays, you know, I would do it no problem, because yeah, you guys make it work around here, so thank you. Pop16, how many sets did you design when you worked for LEGO? That is a very good question, and I actually have to Google for that. Or not Google, but actually check the brick list that I have, and I will leave a link for this in the description. Yeah, so I designed 16 sets in the 3.5 years that I was working for LEGO, and if you want to check that list, check the link in the description. There's a link for all of that, and I actually share there some cool Easter eggs about each and every one of the sets that I've worked on. Salam asks, how long did it take for you to get monetized? So I started uploading in September 2019, but those videos weren't really too serious for my purposes here on YouTube, so I started uploading daily. In January 2020, I got to 1,000 subscribers, which is the first requirement for you to be monetized. So I got 1,000 subscribers around February 2020, I think. And then I got the 4,000 hours of watch time needed also to get monetized around April, when some of my videos starting to go viral. From there I applied to be monetized, and I think the application took like 1 month to be approved, because this was like in the midst of the first mandatory lockdown due to COVID. So since I started, it actually took me 9 months to get monetized. Tommy Dempsey asks, does being a LEGO designer mean you get a discount from your LEGO purchases if you're a designer? Yes, it does. Actually, it's not by just being a LEGO designer. If you are a LEGO employee, you get access to 50% discount on your LEGO purchases. And in Billund, Denmark, there was actually the employee staff shop, which was like regular retail store, but it was for employees only, where prices would always be 50% or even less, because there were like sales opportunities in there every now and then, which were awesome and cheap. Brick IT asks, hi Tiago, how is your technical skill side of LEGO? Do you think about making more moving objects triggers into your builds? For sure, I want to try a lot of different stuff in my LEGO city. I have a train planned, and I also need to trigger the drawbridge that is up here already somewhat installed in the LEGO city, so I wish to do more of that. If I have lots of skills in that area, not so much, but I can push my way through. It's definitely more challenging than just like a regular standard build, you know, just stacking bricks and not having to think about triggers or functions. It's definitely challenging, but also something that I really enjoy, although I don't have like amazing skills in that regard. There are out there far better builders in that sense than I am. SK asks, where do you work? As in, what's my full-time job, or where do I physically work or do what I do? So I'm a full-time LEGO YouTuber, and I work here in this LEGO studio, which is just a bedroom repurposed from my own house. Dale Young asks, how do you store your LEGO? So I use IKEA Alex drawers that you can actually see here, and inside them I use some dividers, like screw and nails dividers, also some glies, sorting boxes also from IKEA. And when it comes to larger bricks or regular bricks, for instance, I use IKEA boxes such as these ones. These has all of my black bricks, and I do these for larger sized bricks, but I could probably do like a room tour soon. I should probably do that. And that's it, guys, that's it for today's Tuesday Talks. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions that you would like to see me answer on the next episode, please drop them in the comments below. Leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and build something fun today.